And we are back. Welcome back to the King's Report this Tuesday, April 11th, 2017. I'm your host, Hyungjin Sean Moon, the second king of Cheonyeogu. Getting back to some of the top news today. The Telegraph reports Donald Trump's action in Syria proves he is not in league with Putin, says his son, Eric Trump. Donald Trump's decision to launch a cruise missile attack on Syria proved he's not in league with Russia and will not be pushed around by Vladimir Putin, the U.S. president's son, told the Daily Telegraph. Eric Trump said his father was not intimidated by President Putin's talk of war, and there would be no one harder than President Trump if they cross us. He also confirmed that President Trump's decision to bomb Syrian air base to punish President Bashar al-Assad for a nerve gas attack last week was influenced by the reaction of his sister Ivanka, who said she was heartbroken and outraged by the atrocity. So this is confirming the fact that there is a Democratic coup within the White House, of which part of Jared Kushner and Ivanka Trump are a part of. And that is what's coming out of the intel in the White House. That there is a coup, that they're leaning heavily left, that they're trying to ally and pressure the president and or give him nudges in that direction towards the establishment. Where Steve Bannon is a super quote nationalist in the sense that he wants us to be disengaged from foreign wars. And his power seems to be fading. And he is being more and more isolated, and more the Republican establishment, the Rhino establishment, the neocon, the Trotskyites, the communists, who are just simply wearing different colors on the Republican ticket, are now more and more able to surround Trump. Even Alex Jones of InfoWars, who was trying to defend Trump with his attack on Syria just a few days before, trying to say maybe there's, they were talking with the Russians before, maybe this was all planned, maybe this is a way that Trump can save face, etc. This is a way maybe that they're just taking out a base that was already agreed upon to be taken out 4 years ago, etc., etc., etc. Even now, Jones is starting to pull back from that kind of statement, and his most recent statements are saying it seems like he's being more and more infiltrated and being surrounded by the neocons, being compromised. That he's done great things. He was doing so many great things in the first 100 days, the first 70 days. He was smashing the New World Order, smashing the world governance desires, smashing, putting huge gaping holes in them, destroying, pulling the U.S. out of TPP, world trade, which is essentially rigged trade that the super elite can decide upon, the Bilderberg Group, etc. Pulling America out of those things, bringing corporations back into the U.S., bringing back thousands and hundreds of thousands of jobs. Entrepreneurship, confidence never been as high. Stock market up $3 trillion, etc. I mean, just massive destruction to the world governance folks, the world governance demons. The problem is the Rhino Republicans and their strategy has been, since they couldn't defeat him, even though they publicly tried to steal it from him, and that was Reince Priebus, during the Republican nomination process, they were publicly saying your vote doesn't matter. They're publicly saying to the Republican people that your vote does not matter. That they're a private organization, they will choose their nominee. Even for 30 years, they've been lying to the public, saying that their votes matter. And why even get the people to start voting for the nominee if they're the ones that are saying, well, we're really the ones who choose it? You see, they got exposed this time. They got totally exposed. And then Trump brings in Reince Priebus, who was like a little gremlin who promised that he would show him around the caverns of Washington and all the secret little areas and connect with the right people, etc., to fight this battle. But what happened? Now you see those Republican, like General McMaster, and those neocons like McMaster and Reince Priebus, and influencing Tillerson to sway towards the neocon faction. For putting pressure on General Mattis to be more like a neocon. Reince Priebus being right up there in the White House in every staff meeting trying to take over the atmosphere. And this was the great danger that Trump was at. He came in as an outsider. He came in as a non-establishment person. But now as he's gotten into the establishment and he's stayed in the White House, which is a problem. We were saying spiritually, he must stay in the Gold House. That he must get out of that Washington atmosphere because it is not a normal atmosphere. It looks like a normal place with normal houses. No. It has a demonic atmosphere. And in the demonic atmosphere, one doesn't know that they are transforming, especially when one is at the center of it. That vortex of evil, that cloud and typhoon of wickedness and tyranny and force. And even Alex Jones had to come out in a video saying, if Trump turns and he becomes a rhino and he starts, going into wars and bringing us into end of wars and supporting John McCain, because John McCain now is applauding him, that Alex Jones will turn on him, and he doesn't care whether another president calls him or not. He will turn on him and attack him for everything he's got. So you see even Alex Jones and InfoWars having to pull back on their statements about Trump, in which they were trying to, explain from their point of view that maybe there's a different layer to this attack in Syria. This is a super crisis now, folks. This is something we always warned the president of, that he must understand the nature of the beast. He must not just ride on the beast and think he can control it. He must slowly begin to destroy it. Because if he doesn't, he will become part of it. And it's not about just throwing the president on the bus and saying, oh, now he's just part of their establishment and now it's over. No, it's about trying to awaken the conscience he has within him, even though he's surrounded, and trying to, by continuing to expose the contacts around him, even his daughter, who is giving him tremendous pressure to become a neocon, because basically she's a liberal leftist posing as a fake conservative. She's part of the New York City establishment. She says that she disagrees with him on many issues, or some issues. And of course, Eric here, Trump, very nice guy, very good guy, but again, trying to defend his father. And confirming that Trump's decision to bomb Syrian air base to punish Assad for the nerve gas was influenced by the reaction of his sister, who was heartbroken and outraged by the atrocity. This is a serious situation, folks, because we went into Syria, and now by bombing them, all the evil demons of Washington are applauding Trump. That's a bad sign. All the warmongers are saying, yes, wonderful. Hillary Clinton, Obama, top aides, CNN, praising him. John McCain. All the warmongers who want to push us into perpetual war and we're trying to implode us into World War III are applauding Trump. They're saying, great job. He showed strength and confidence. He showed, etc. And now with mounting rhetoric, with even Putin saying that we will attack, and there was a general on Russian TV that was saying we must strike back at America. Trump saying that, Putin saying that he will attack any force, including American force, and that they will not go and attack these bases with impunity. This is an escalation. Trump was saying that he wants to have good relations with Putin when he was on the ticket. That's why everybody was voting for him, because we don't want a freaking war with Russia. That's World War III. They're thermonuclear power. They're huge. Do you understand that? We don't want thermonuclear war. But the Washington establishment is so hell-bent on plummeting us and plunging us into the death throes of war for their own profit and political maintenance of their jurisdiction and power, that now they are surrounding Trump. The demons are surrounding him, casting their spells upon him, making him trying to make him wicked as them and make them say, join us, join us. You have to show strength against Assad, even though there's no proof that he did it. And yes, there's probably children that have died in those attacks. But all the evidence shows, I mean, you gotta be brain dead to see that that is a false flag. That is not real sarin gas. And you have this, and this benefit Assad because he had ISIS literally pushed on the border of Iraq. I mean, he had ISIS way down on the border of Iraq. It was like he was wiping them out, pushing them back out of Syria, with of course Russian support. And Trump said he made a campaign promise that he wanted to go after ISIS, even if you have to help Russia to do it. And that was a good plan to team up with Russia to destroy ISIS, which is the threat. But then Assad, and they're right about to push ISIS out of it. Not that saying Assad is perfect or he's good. He's still a bad guy, but he's better than ISIS. At least he's Western. He's more Western. And they almost got ISIS pushed back out of Syria into Iraq. And what happens now? We bomb the people who are fighting ISIS. I mean, give me a break. It doesn't. Why would Syria do that? Why would Syria? They're defeating ISIS. They're smashing them. They're pushing them out of their country. And then all of a sudden, why would they start bombing their own citizens to bring international outrage on them so everybody turns on them and destroys them? Why would they do that? I mean, give me a break. There's no motive for it. Which is why Ron Paul in his Liberty Report even comes out and saying there's zero motive. But these warmongers are promising, the warmongers like McCain, who went and met the ISIS demons and said they're good people. This is a warmonger, folks. People like them we're supposed to trust, who got us into war after war, Iraq, Libya, Syria, just a war after war after war. Their whole job in the Senate is just continue to push for wars. While our children die and their children get to sit in super elite bunkers. This is a tremendous danger, folks. Tremendous. You'd have no idea how much danger we are in. We must wake the president up. He must not turn from the group and the power bloc in America, the silent majority that vote him into power. If he does, he will be hated more than Obama. Because we voted for him because he promised, and he was fulfilling all those promises in the first 70 days. He was fulfilling them all. But of course, if you plummet us into war with John McCain and Obama and Hillary Clinton, which they wanted to do, and go to war with Russia just to prove them wrong that they are not working with Russia, give me a break. These are lives. This is a war you're starting. It's not about your ego. The mainstream media attacking you, saying that you work with Russia, is nobody believes it. None of the base that supported you believes that. It's not even an issue. But now you go to war and destroying the people who are fighting ISIS. If the purpose of that is to prove to the liberals that you're not working with Vladimir Putin, or you're not working with Russia, or that you're not part of the Russia against Canada, it's ridiculous if that's the reason. I mean, we were winning the argument, we were winning the information warfare, we're winning the media warfare, we're winning that. More and more people in the West, Europe, all across the world were agreeing that the liberal lunatics are just making that up because they're butthurt about losing. And then it's the Dead Babies Act, Dead Babies Act, which we saw yesterday. Unbelievable, folks. We are in tremendous danger. We must be praying for our president. We must do our utmost to get it to the president that he must not betray his voter base. Because it is that silent majority he works for. Not for the interest groups in Washington. Not for the warmongers in Washington. He works for the silent majority who put their trust in him. And if he turns and becomes a neocon and a rhino and a slut of the state, that silent majority will turn on him. And he will be remembered as the biggest traitor as a president in American history. Focus on making America successful. Stop the wars. Bring peace. Be the president of peace, not the wars. Make peace with great prosperity so that all the nations in the world can see America say, we want to do that. We want to follow in that sovereignty basis and that sovereignty platform. We want to elect somebody who's sovereignty based. Don't go on this path of neocon war, Trotskyite war, which only enriches the political elite class, and the Bilderberg and Davos group can use it to divide and conquer and to be able to take over the countries after they've ravaged each other, lend money to them, and then ravage them politically again. We are praying for you, Donald Trump. Donald John Trump, we are praying for you. Separate yourself from Satan. We rebuke the spirit of Satan that is trying to destroy you. We rebuke the spirit of the demon class that is trying to destroy you. We rebuke those spirits. We rebuke those devils. Separate from them, Donald John Trump. Do your job. Don't follow those neocons. Get us out of that war. Destroy ISIS, not them. Such an unbelievable time, folks. Unbelievable time.